Two students, similar talent, different journeys, and different outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear children, welcome to Sadhana World Foundation. Today we will pick up one topic related to the transition of students from their campuses to Karmabhoomi. In this series, we are already speaking about various aspects of this transition. We started talking about preparing our minds for this battle. Before that, we talked about the difference between the life of somebody who's as a student and who's working in a workplace. Then, thirdly, we spoke about focusing on efforts rather than on outcomes. And in the fourth episode in this series, we spoke about the need of building integrity into what we do. And today we will talk about similarly two great students that we all know our mythological texts talk about, and both of them equally brilliant. However, due to difference in their approach, how the outcomes and journeys have become different. So today we will talk about the focus on continuous learning. You might have already guessed, one student is very determined, very focused, very ambitious for success and learning continuously, developing and pursuing excellence, while the other, similarly gifted, similarly talented, certified, recognized for one's bravery and skills. However, the second student is someone who thinks that he knows already things and others must recognize his achievements, his skills, and he keeps on comparing himself with the other great person of his time. So naturally, the first person is Arjun. He learned archery and about life of a warrior from Dronacharya in the Gurukul that he went to along with his brothers Pandavas and Kauravas. Of course, by virtue of his performance, he was declared to be the best of his time, the best warrior of his time. He didn't stop his learning with the certification and the recognition that he got from his Guru Dronacharya. He didn't stop with the adulation and all the praise, appreciation that he got from his peers and his family, his relatives, his countrymen, and all others who were around him. He kept learning. He kept learning from various teachers. He didn't really stop his learning. Pandavas went on Vanavas, and there he kept learning. He discovered new gurus, new sages. He went to his father Indra, and he kept learning and acquiring new skills and new weaponry from all these people. He kept learning how to adapt to situations. He learned from his friend, philosopher, and guide, Sri Krishna. Look at the approach of this person, Arjun. He continuously keeps on learning, acquiring new skills, and establishing his own capability of dealing with a situation. Because situations don't remain constant, they keep evolving. And how we deal with these evolving situations, Arjun has demonstrated through the text of Mahabharata, chapter after chapter. Now let's talk about the other gifted, brilliant person, Karna, of his time. And Karna, due to the series of events which happens in his childhood, he demonstrates tremendous amount of dedication, focus, tremendous amount of commitment to become the greatest warrior of his times. Of course, he learns from Parsuram. He becomes a great archer, great warrior, person of great character. But later, Parsuram discovers that Karna had given wrong identity, and then Parsuram leaves him with a curse that he would forget the most critical warfare technique when it is required the most. That was unfortunate because his certification, his degree was based on falsehood. But that's not the point. The point is that Karna leads a life to just keep on proving himself to be the best warrior. He surrounded himself with people who recognized him as a great warrior. He kept comparing himself with Arjun and maybe just a handful of other warriors of his time, and he wanted to prove that he is the best in the battlefield. The text of Mahabharata doesn't talk about any attempt that Karna makes during his growing up life about learning and acquiring new skills. He was a rigid learner, but he was undoubtedly brilliant. Look at the two people. We have understood that one is pursuing excellence continuously, the other one is rigid about the certification. So, students, what do we learn from this? We learn that what we get in our schools and colleges and universities is necessary, but it's not sufficient. Arjun and Karna, both of them learned from their teachers. Arjun from Dronacharya and Karna from Parshuram. Great teachers of repute and great skills and capability. Probably Parshuram is way, way higher as a teacher than Dronacharya. Still, two different journeys take place. Arjun keeps learning and he discovers new gurus. He is not rigid, he is learning new weaponry, new skills. He goes to his father, he goes to various sages, he keeps acquiring new things. While Karna is busy establishing himself and surrounding himself amongst people and opinions who describe him as a great warrior. Karna doesn't learn, Arjun keeps learning. And in the battlefield, of course, Arjun wins. So, ladies and gentlemen, my dear children, in the world that today we live in, it's moving so fast, new things keep coming up so much in our lives. The skills that we learn and we thought are very important 10 years ago are no more considered to be the most critical skills. And hence it's so critical, so important that we as people, whether we are a doctor, we are an engineer, we are a draftsman, we are a cook, we are an electrician, we are a plumber, new things are coming up all the time, and we need to keep learning. We cannot adapt the method that Karna adapted. We need to be like the Arjun. I look forward to the 6th episode in this series where we will pick up yet another new dimension.